Good afternoon, everybody. This is Scott DeCamp with CatchMark SportsNet. We're here in the studio, the podcast studio, for the Montague Competitive Cheer Media Day. It's been a lot of fun. I think the cheerleaders, the athletes from Montague have had a lot of fun. As usual, that's what it's all about. Even Coach Penny, she's been doing this a long time, but she's had some fun too. She didn't want to be part of this podcast. That's fine. She wanted to put the shine on her athletes, so that's really cool. But I would like to welcome a repeat podcast guest, Addie Dean. How you doing?
Pretty good.
Good. And we also have Kylie Miller.
Hi.
Welcome. As well as Paige Rampton.
Hi.
So thanks for being on, guys. And senior and then 2 juniors on your 9-member squad, right?
Yes.
So how's the season been going? Feel free to kind of chime in whenever, but how's it been going for you guys?
A lot of ups and downs, but I think
Is that supposed to be a joke or not?
no, like I mean, yeah, I guess, but we have our good moments, we have our bad moments, people quitting, leaving, getting hurt, but then we also have had good times. So I think overall it's been pretty good because we're overcoming our problems.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like even when we had our down moments, it just really brought us closer together, like even more as a team. And we're a really small team, but it just brings us that much closer.
And Kyle, I'm going to lower your mic a little bit. Would you you can just pull that arm down. The whole arm that connects to it. Just push that down and then scoot up to it if you could a little bit. It's kind of blocking you a little bit. So, no. And what do you think, Paige?
Definitely. I feel like a lot of our down moments have pushed us to work harder at what we want and try new things. Like right now, I'm basing with somebody who's a little bit taller than me because my other base has a concussion, but we're making it work.
No, and that's funny you guys bring that up because that's what Penny and I were talking about before I came into the studio here was what the meaning or what the purpose of high school sports are. And it's about teamwork, overcoming adversity, adjusting to things that maybe not you didn't plan on or whatever, and failing even to some degree. And doesn't mean you're a failure. It just means that it's an opportunity to grow, and you got to approach it that way. We talk about that here all the time at CatchMark. So, and so kudos to you guys for sticking it out. And maybe some people had their reasons for not sticking it out, and that's their prerogative. But hopefully it pays off for you guys. So, you got another big meet tonight. Sounds like at Whitehall. I'm going to be over at that. What do you guys expect out of that?
Round 1 and round 2 are looking pretty strong. Round 3, I feel pretty confident, but I mean, anything can happen. So.
Yeah,
First time with this stunt group.
Yeah, we've been pushing really hard, though. I feel like our round 1 is just getting even more solid every time we do it. Our round 2 is
improving,
getting really solid, and our round 3 is working its way. It's definitely a work in progress, but we are working really hard for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Addie, I mentioned this at the outset of the podcast about you did sideline cheer. You guys, Kylie and Paige, you didn't do?
I was.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you want to just explain what are the major differences, because there are big differences between sideline and then competitive
big
cheer.
Differences. Competitive is you have designated things you're doing. Round 1 is just motions, jumps. Round 2 is back handsprings, back walkovers, front walkovers, things like that. And then round 3 is stunting. So it's very completely different thing. But sideline, it's kind of do what you want because you're cheering at football games. So it's and it's not graded, scored. It's just out there having fun, supporting the football team.
How hard is it to do something that's really strenuous and when you're in competitive cheer, but yet you have to keep a smile on your face?
It's very hard. It takes a long time sometimes. My first couple of years, I did not smile at all because I'm focusing so hard. That's all right.
Yeah.
Because sometimes when we're then our motions so tight, you hurt yourself when you hit your leg or whatever, and you're just kind of okay.
And then generally you got a rowdy crowd. Now you'd have that hopefully in other sports for sideline, but how intense are competitive cheer crowds, especially the parent groups?
Oh, very intense. I feel like even there's certain dads, so you get their cheer dad shirt, and then they're locked in, and they're I'm here to cheer for my girl. And it is just, it's so sweet watching them and moms and stuff. I just love it.
That's what it's all about. So in terms of Penny, Gigi, as you called her, what's it been like, competing for her and getting to know her?
I've loved it. It's been really fun, a lot of ups and downs, but she's definitely she gets mad at us and gets us going, but she also is very welcoming, open arms, very caring for us too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. She always whenever we mess up on something, we go through it and she breaks it down for us. She doesn't just like, okay, this is the problem, fix it. She's more like, this is the problem, let's work together to fix it. And she's always like hands-on with us, and that's just like perfect coaching for us.
And I feel like I've formed a really good bond with her because, like, she's there for whatever we need outside of, like, cheer too. Like, if I need a ride home from school and then to practice, she's got me. Like, my parents went to Vegas, and she gave us rides back and forth from, like, my grandma's and whatever we needed, you know. She's kind of, like, a little more than a coach.
Mm-hmm.
What's been the highlight of the season so far?
Oh, I don't know. I got my tuck for a while. I had my tuck. That was probably my highlight for a while because I was working on it so much last year, and throughout the summer I was just pushing so hard, and then I finally got it like in the fall time, and I was like so happy, and it just felt good finally getting it. For me, that was like my personal highlight.
I don't know. I would honestly say like, because it kind of like goes along with like for me stunting, like when we try new things and like work out new stunt groups when something goes wrong or something, and you know, getting new stunting skills, like it's definitely
like twists and stuff.
Yeah, it's
when
definitely
Addie got
a thrill.
When Addie got her twist, that was really like a really cool thing. Like she already had it, but it's like scary for her probably throwing like on new bases, and she's not used to me being her base. So then it's just super brave of her, and then it's like fun watching her get it and seeing her face light up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two of mine, they both involve Kylie. One was like this team dinner at Kylie's house. Her parents made us all this great food, and then we like played pool in the basement.
Yeah.
And then my other one was definitely when me and Kylie got our wisdom teeth out within the same week. So that was pretty funny. We got to share.
We
our
got them out on
experiences.
Thanksgiving, like the day after Thanksgiving or the day before, and so we were both sitting out cheer together.
Yeah, my daughter just had hers last week. Had hers taken out. So some interesting conversations on the way back home.
Yeah.
Said some interesting stuff for sure. And she looked like a chipmunk for a few days. I want you guys to talk about each other a little bit. So Addie, say, how would you characterize each of your teammates here on the podcast with you?
Paige is my sister, first of all. So, she can be tough sometimes, but she means no, like, mean by it. She just gets aggressive because she's so passionate. Sometimes in round 3, if, like, something goes wrong, you'll see her, like, grabbing somebody to, like, get them back into their spot. Or, like, when you're done with something, she corrects me a lot, and I appreciate it. I do act annoyed a lot of the times. I'm just like, again. But then, like, I do appreciate it deep down. So. And then Kylie, she always makes me laugh. And she's a very good, like, hard worker. Like how she said she was working for her tuck. She's always, like, working on something.
And Kylie, what did you say about your 2 cohorts here?
I also say the same thing about Paige. I feel like it's a good balance because with the sisters, you have Paige who's like here, like, okay, I'm correcting you. This is this is this. I'm like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. And then I have Addie who's also like this, and then this, but more of a loving, like comes out nicer more. And it's just like I get like the best of both worlds with both of them.
Okay, Paige, you have the position of power now because you're the last one to comment on the other 2 after they've commented on you. So what do you have to say about these other 2?
So for Adeline, definitely like when I do like, I'm like, oh, like by the way, like this needs to be fixed or like this. She like gives me the worst death glare ever, and I'm like, shut up, my bad, like, and it like definitely roll my eyes at that too. Like she'll like give me a dirty look, and I'll be like, okay, whatever, and like walk away. Kylie, she's such like she's a bubbly person. She's like very energetic. She like hypes the team up. She like makes us like keeps us all focused when we're like having team talks and stuff. Her signature line, all right guys, lock in, like all the time.
We get off track all the time. Okay, let's lock in.
Yeah.
So what does a competitive cheer practice consist of? A typical practice, like what does that look like?
Well, lately it's been a quick like run warm up thing to our round 3 words, so we know those, and then go right into round 3 after we like stretch and get warmed up, and then have that round 3 for a little bit, fix up things, get people used to it, and then we go to round 2, and then they do like their like go through, fix up what they need to fix up, work on timing for stuff, and then round 1 is usually like a quick, easy.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. We're on it.
It's just, every now and then she'll be like, all right, guys, you guys aren't saying those words right.
Uh-huh.
Or like motions are a little bit off, but it doesn't really take much. And then right back at round 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes we do have like a 45, most of the time, usually, we have like 45 minutes to an hour of like warm up and stretching. We've just been in a rush to get stuff done the last
Yeah.
couple days.
Sure.
But-
Yeah.
And every
And
now and
then-
then we have tumbling and stuff, so we
Yeah,
get to do like
gymnastics.
And then
actual-
conditioning. We do a lot of conditioning.
Yes.
We do have fun days where we like dance or like do
Mhm.
team bonding activities and
Or play
stuff.
games.
Yeah.
How important is it to have that balance where you can, you do your work, but then you have those times where you can have fun too. Not that you're not having fun at practice. Sometimes it's grueling, obviously, but how nice is it to have that balance?
Pretty nice. Like personally, I feel like we've done more team bonding stuff this year than we have last year already because like before competitions, we have like a dinner thing before some of them. And we've been to like Kylie's house to do stuff. We had like our own little Christmas thing where we gave people gifts and stuff. And like, I feel like it's very important because not only are we like working together, but like we can also be like friends and like civil. Maybe not like friends, but like definitely chill with each other.
Yeah.
Not, like,
Especially like
problems.
when you're like so, especially for like cheer, when you're so close to somebody like stunting, you're like up in that person's business, and obviously you don't want to have a problem with somebody
Yeah.
that you're stunting with. Or it's probably not gonna end well.
I was wondering how this
Yeah.
all works with chemistry and stuff too.
For sure.
I know how it works in terms of on the front end, you need that chemistry, but how does it kind of build that chemistry throughout the course of a season, do you think?
It really just, I feel like it just makes us feel like sisters. Like we are so close to each other that it's like, okay, well, my sister Addie here and my sister Paige, we're ready for some cheer. It just brings us closer. Like
every now
crazy.
and then we'll have like our little hiccups where,
Yeah.
like, something goes wrong, people like we'll have little hiccups, but usually it doesn't last long. We kind of like talk it out, figure it
And-
with just them,
Yeah.
whole team talk, whatever we need to get us back focused and going and working together
and
instead
that's
of
what,
against
like
each other.
what Gigi's good at. Gigi's always good at knowing like what can fix either our drama or whatever's going on. She always helps us with whatever happens with that. Or
She gets
if we're
sick
not
of it, but she helps.
yeah, because we have to like be with each other on
Yeah.
everything because we're a team, but we're like sisters.
Yeah.
All right, any closing thoughts from you guys before we sign off on this podcast?
No.
Last year.
Bye,
Bye, guys.
senior.
Oh yeah, this is
That's definitely going to be emotional.
yeah. Me and
Uh-huh.
Evelyn's last year competing together.
When's your home meet?
February
7th?
7th?
I think.
Something like that.
Something like that.
It's-
It's a Wednesday in February. Like
Yeah.
I think that's right.
Looking forward to that one?
I don't know. We have never had a home meet.
Yeah, I don't
Never,
know.
huh?
The one year we did,
Half
the
our
entire
team
team got
had
COVID.
COVID.
Oh, man.
So everybody else went but us.
Oh, man.
No, they told the whole team to stay home.
No, everybody
yeah,
every
at the
other
competition.
team.
Yeah.
Well, I hope that works out for you guys, and best wishes tonight and throughout the rest of the season. Thank you, Addie, Kylie, and Paige.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
Yeah, yep, good luck to you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.